presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Well, after a one-run loss on Friday night, the Angels offense certainly came to life on Saturday. Today here at Fenway Park sets up the rubber game of the series between the Angels and the Boston Red Sox. Hi, everybody, from inside Fenway Park and just in front of the Green Monster, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and I know you're mesmerized by that monster. I know the Angels offense certainly was mesmerized. 22 hits, 21 runs, the best performance by this ball club in quite some time.
Yeah, Vic, you talk about swinging the bat so well. Take a look at our AT&T high-speed replay. Right away, they were swinging the bat. Albert Pujols got it working. The way they hit the baseball consistently. C.J. Cron had one of those all-time games for him last night, 6 for 6. Carlos Perez, an outstanding game himself, 5 for 6 combined. 11 hits for those two, 11 RBIs. That's the first time since 1920 when they started taking the RBI as a stat. 11 RBIs for teammates, 11 hits. That was an outstanding effort by those guys, and everyone chipped in. 22 hits and 21 runs. I'll tell you what, that offense was absolutely on a roll last night.
Now the question is, are they going to chip in today for Matt Shoemaker, who has struggled with run support? He'll be facing Sean O'Sullivan, former Angel. We're just about ready for baseball here in Boston. Sit back, relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return.
This is brought to you by Hyundai. The 4th of July sales event is going on now at your local Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. The Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack is back. Taste it before it's gone. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon.
Couldn't ask for a more perfect day for day game baseball here at Fenway Park. It is absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures in the low 80s. Game 3 of this final 3-game set here. And we'll take a look at the Angels lineup quickly here. Sean O'Sullivan's not wasting any time. And we'll take a look at Mike Sush's lineup. Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout in the top third of the order. Pujols, Cron, Marte getting a start in left field. In the middle third, Petit at second, Bandy behind the plate, Simmons batting ninth and playing shortstop as they take on the veteran, I guess you could say quasi-veteran, former Angel. Sean O'Sullivan is on the mound. He's second time with the Boston Red Sox this year.
Yeah, fastball is 88 to 93. Slider, curveball, changeup. A lot of off-speed pitches from O'Sullivan. My go-tos to be successful against him, though. We're going to see that right after this pitch. And high fastball, upper part of the strike zone. Again, not overpowering O'Sullivan. You got to get your arms extended. He will pitch a lot of pitches away and look off speed against him. Mentioned a lot of off speed pitches from O'Sullivan.
It'll flare out toward left center field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Over to cut it off is Bradley. Escobar trying for second, and he is easily out. I mean, that's not even close. Leadoff single and the out. One away.
Yeah, there's times to be aggressive and other times you just be satisfied with a single, especially because it's going to force Ramirez to hold on Escobar first and create a little bit of a hole for Cole Calhoun. Base hit into left center field. A little aggressive, but Bradley's got great coverage out in the outfield and a pretty good, strong throwing arm. Also easily gets Escobar at second base. Got behind that very well. You see the arm strength he has and the accuracy. It throws that one to Pedroia to get the out at second.
Brings up Cole. He swings the first pitch, fouls it back.
Wow, right in the press box.
Yeah, a lot of ducking going on over there. Cole hitting .285, 10 home runs, 43 runs batted in. A couple of hits last night. A couple of runs batted in. 13 doubles, 3 triples. They play the shift on him. He lifts this one on the third base side. Foul territory. Going over is Hernandez. 2 down. Take a look at the Red Sox defensively this afternoon. Holt, Bradley, Betts in the outfield from left to right. Hernandez, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Ramirez from third to first. Sandy Leon behind the plate.
And Pedroia has done a very good job throughout his career at that second base position. 4 Gold Gloves for the Red Sox. Boyd Evans, Carl Yastrzemski with more. Fred Lim also with 4 Gold Gloves. Very good as far as turning double plays also. Always with those great instincts at second base.
So Trout will step up with 2 outs and nobody on. 9-game hitting streak. 2 hits last night with a double and a single. 3 runs scored. 22 hits, 21 runs, and Mike Trout didn't drive in a single one of those runs. That's how crazy a night it was for both C.J. Cron and Carlos Perez. Those 2 guys just going off. It was a video game. It was like watching a video game last night.
That was amazing to see.
Breaking ball from O'Sullivan in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. John, 28 years old. El Cajon, 3rd round pick by the Angels. Back in 05 out of Grossmont College. This is down and away. It's 3 balls and a strike. 4th game, 3rd start for Boston this year. 1-0, 7.94 ERA. Well, he's throwing the ball well at AAA Pawtucket. And there's a 2-out walk.
And my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful is ride that momentum. A little Aerosmith today. Back in the saddle, that same mindset of driving the ball here at Fenway with 21 runs last night, 22 hits. Let's get back to that same feeling you had last night. And Albert Pujols had a big game himself last night with a home run and 5 RBI for Albert Pujols.
2-run home run in the first inning after a Trout double and a bases clearing double in the 7th. Up and in. Home run for Albert, his 15th of the year, 575th of his career. He's raised the batting average now to 251.
The double was his 10th. One ball, one strike.
575 home runs, 1,750 RBI for Albert Pujols. Only Aaron Mays, Bonds, Robinson, A-Rod, Griffey, and Ruth in that same category as Albert Pujols.
Now 8 behind Mark McGwire for the 10th spot on the all-time list. Trout takes off. Albert a swing and a miss. The throw down to second, not in time. And Trout easily with a big stolen base there puts himself in a scoring position with 2 outs here in the first.
That's 13th stolen base in 14 attempts this year for Trout. A big jump. Long throwing motion for O'Sullivan allows Trout to get into scoring position for Albert. 2-3 steps before that baseball is delivered, easily slides in there.
One ball, 2 strikes, with 2 outs. That was just off the plate. Outfield straight around. Red Sox do not move around a whole lot defensively as far as shifts are concerned. About as normal infield defense that we've seen against Albert. Drop down ball gets away. Trout's going to try to go to third. A throw down from Leon is in time. So Trout is gunned down for the 3rd out. A couple of base running mistakes for the Angels. Good throw by Leon to gun down Trout. Mike Scioscia is going to take a look at it with Steve Solis just to confirm.
Baseball gets away, but Trout going back initially to the base and then decides to go. Try to get that hand in there.
No
like
argument.
They got him.
Sorry, Gooby. No argument from Scioscia. So we will head to the bottom of the 1st inning. Matt Shoemaker taking a bow for his 16th start. No score. For the Boston Red Sox with the loss last night, now 43-37, still 4 back to the American League East. Bats leading things off, and Rai Pedroia at second, Bogarts at short, David Ortiz at DH, Hanley Ramirez second straight game back at first base after missing Friday night. Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Brock Holt in left, Sandy Leon behind the plate. It's Marco Hernandez batting 9th and playing third base. Mentioned Shoemaker making his 16th start, 3-8 record, 4.12 ERA after a fantastic month of June, albeit winless, but still a fantastic month of June.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball so well, Shoemaker, so far in the last couple of months, really now for the Angels. And Shoe's been very good as far as got that ERA down to 4.12. But my go-tos for Shoemaker to be successful against this Red Sox lineup is continue strike throwing. He's He's been very good with that, and split in and out. He's been able to throw a split finger fastball both sides of the plate, up and down below the strike zone.
This one is fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Mookie Betts hitting .296, 17 home runs, 55 runs batted in. Had himself a 3-hit game last night. 2 doubles and a home run. Having a fantastic all-star caliber season. One ball, 2 strikes. And all the talk, of course, was about the offense last night for the Angels. Hector Santiago shut down a pretty good offensive unit in the Boston Red Sox, going 6 innings, allowing a run on 4 hits, striking out 4 and walking 4. Picked up his 5th win. As Betts skies this one out toward right. Not very deep. Cole has to come in on it. 1 down. Defensively for the Angels this afternoon, you've got Marte in left, Trout in center, Calhoun in right, Escobar, Simmons on the left side, Petit and Crone on the right with Bandy behind the plate.
And Marte, you mentioned getting that start out in left field. It'll be his 4th start in left field this year. Never played that outfield in the majors or minors before this year. Will be tested in this ballpark, especially playing in left field with the Green Monster.
Dustin Pedroia, 301 batting average, pulls one down the left field line. This one's hooking foul. Long strike for Pedroia.
Yeah, it's that upper part of the strike zone and the inner half of the plate. And he was ready, aggressive, looking for the pitch. Jumps on a high fastball, pulls it just foul. You see how well he brings his hands up to be able to get the barrel of the bat on the baseball on a high pitch. You can get him to chase, but it's got to be above the shoulders against him if you're going to go high in the zone.
0-2 count. Mentioned that 301 batting average, has 20 doubles, a triple, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs. Boston last night with a total of 8 hits. Pedroia had 1.
See, that's that high fastball around shoulder height. Tried to get him to chase. Did that last night.
One, 2. This one's popped up. Shallow center field. Petit going out. Trout racing in, and Trout calls everybody off. 2 down.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by a Ram truck. Speaking of pop-ups and outstanding coverage, Anderson Simmons, what an unbelievable play last night going back, and it's still the presence of mind to make a strong throw of the first, almost doubles up Ramirez. The coverage he has going back on the baseball, the best I've seen at the major league level. Simmons, outstanding play last night. Love when he goes back on a pop-up.
That was an outstanding play, by the way.
And his coverage and how much ground he can get to on a pop-up is, I've never seen anybody like that before. And I've seen some really good shortstops going back on pop-ups, but no one like Simmons.
First pitch strike on Xander Bogaerts to shortstop. 334 batting average for Bogaerts, 21 doubles, 9 home runs, 51 RBIs, 3rd in the American League in batting average. As he's behind at 0-2. Altuve still leading the way at 355. Ortiz at 338, then Bogaerts. Trout 2 behind. Came at batting 327. 0-2. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Early on, mentioned the strike throwing machine so far. Shoemaker has done this in the first inning. You have to do that. You have to get ahead of the count against these Red Sox hitters. When they put themselves in the fastball counts, they don't miss many of them.
Bogaerts shoots one out toward left field. Marte will play this one off the wall. Bogaerts on his way to second. He is in there with a 2-out double. '22nd double of the year for Bogaerts.
Got a fastball away, and in this ballpark, you just put it in play out to left center field. You're going to get a good result out of it, and this one's off the wall for a double. 22nd. The season for Bogaerts. What a year he is having.
Here's David Ortiz. A little surprised they went back to the fastball.
Yeah, I thought he had him set up for a split finger fastball for sure. Especially as good as that pitch has been for a long period of time. That's 8 straight starts of excellence with his split finger fastball.
.338 batting average for David Ortiz. 19 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Two and 0. Two out, double by Bogaerts. He's in scoring position. Simmons playing up the middle. That one's outside. Petit down in shallow right.
Looks like he's with an open base. He's not willing to give in to anything to Ortiz. You got to make sure on the 3-0 pitch you don't disgroove a fastball, because he'll be up there swinging. He'll have the green light.
Like that.
Threw him an off-speed pitch. 3-0. He was guessing fastball, did not get it. Real good pitch by Shoemaker. Again, don't give in with a fastball here either.
Here's the 3-1. Fouled back. Full count.
Ortiz hitting .370 on outside pitches, and that was an outside fastball.
Hanley Ramirez, the man on deck. (3-2). This one's reached out for it to right field. Cole comes in, puts it away, and that 2-out double. Stranded in scoring position. We enter the second scoreless. Game of the series. The Angels, of course, dropping the opener on Friday night by the final of 5-4. They came to life last night. 21-2 winners. Game 2. Albert was at the plate when Trout got thrown out at third base for the third out in the first. He will lead things off here to Sean O'Sullivan. The first one's in for a strike.
And now the shift on with Pujols at the plate. It was not on last inning with Trout at second base.
Pujols, Cron, Marte for the Angels here in the second. Breaking ball hit to short. 1 away.
And the odd thing you're seeing from O'Sullivan, where he starts his delivery, almost a modified stretch position, all the way over on that third base side of the pitching rubber. I've seen a lot more pitchers do that delivery now, where he keeps himself under control. From Yu Darvish to Syndergaard, a number of pitchers.
Facing C.J. Cron now. First pitch, a breaking ball that misses. Cron, of course, the 6-for-6 performance last night. His average jump on 19 points, 287 now, 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in.
9 RBI in the series already.
Pops this one up on the first base side. Ramirez, with that sunshine in foul territory, will make the catch for round number 2. The 2 outs, nobody out for Jeffrey Marte. Starting left fielder today. First start for him in the series. 239 batting average. 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Seems like he's been stuck on the 4 doubles, 4 home run track for a little while. No balls, 2 strikes. Upstairs. Last extra base hit for Marte, June 12th. That was a home run against Cleveland. That's a called strike 3, and the Angels down in order here in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second, scoreless. Experiencing Angels baseball, receive group ticket pricing for as low as $6 per seat. Visit angels.com/groups for more information. No score, bottom of the second. Ramirez, Bradley, and Holt. It's Matt Shoemaker gave up a 2-out double to Bogarts, but nothing more. More importantly, fell behind on David Ortiz 3-0 before getting him to a full count and then a fly ball to right field. Hanley didn't play Friday night. A sore side that he experienced Wednesday night's contest, so sat out Friday, but he was back in there last night at first base. Had a couple of hits, went 2 for 3. 278 batting average with 8 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Late on that fastball.
Well, he ran that one good, a good fastball inside. Started him off with a slider, then a split finger fastball, then runs a fastball inside on him.
Pretty much the everyday first baseman after playing a lot of left field last year for the Red Sox. 69th game at first. And he goes down swinging. There's Shoemaker's first strikeout of the afternoon.
Solid all-speed pitch once again for Shoemaker. Split finger fastball, gets a swing and miss. Now that's the excellent split finger fastball he'll throw. He'll throw the split finger for a strike, and that one's for the swing and miss.
One out, nobody on. It's Jackie Bradley Jr. at the plate. Tough night last night, going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Cuts through the first one, comes up empty. Bradley, the center fielder, hitting .293. Good speed, 19 doubles, 6 triples, 13 home runs, and 50 runs batted in. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Shoemaker, as we mentioned, great month of June. As a matter of fact, you go over his last 8 starts, 1-3, however, with a 1.87 ERA. 68 strikeouts, 5 walks during that stretch.
That's an amazing number when you think about it. 1.87 over an 8 start span, and you mix in all those strikeouts. It's 68 and his 5 walks. It's unbelievable. He's 1-3 during that stretch.
This one's out towards center. Marte calls off Trout. Makes the catch for out number 2. But during that stretch, Gooby, he's only got 2.57 runs per game. That's the second lowest run support in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's been the big issue for him. But Shu's been so good. Even with that lack of run support, he has attacked the strike zone, especially first pitch. The highest percentage of first pitch strikes in the game. Very good. Again, that run support hasn't been there for him, but certainly the first pitch strike percentage has been there. 67.9%, 6th highest in the majors. And right on cue, another first pitch strike for Shoemaker. Remember earlier in the year, he wasn't getting ahead of the count. He was trying to be too fine on the corners. Well, he's been very aggressive. And trust me, it's pretty difficult to do that, especially when you're not getting a lot of run support, because you always feel that one mistake could cost you the game.
Holt fouls it back, 1-2. Had the night off last night. Taking it easy with Holt since he just came off the disabled list on Friday with the concussion. Played Friday, off yesterday, back in the lineup today. 248 average. He pulls that one foul just over the head of Leon, the catcher. He's on deck.
Pretty good indication how much movement Shoemaker has. Holt swung at that pitch. That was almost going to hit him in the back of the leg. And when you get ahead of the count like he's been able to do consistently for such a long period of time, you're going to get some swings at pitches that are not anywhere near the strike zone.
Two. Reaching for this one and flip it out to left field. Marte will play it on a hop. 2-out single. Completely fooled on it. Just stuck the bat out, Gooby.
He's hit every baseball that we've seen so far in the series out towards that area, whether it's shallow left center or hit it off the wall. Just try to make contact with it. Placed it perfectly in the left field in front of Marte. He allowed that baseball just to drag a little bit further back in the strike zone, even though he's full, the hips were open. Kept the bat back long enough to punch that in the left field for a base hit. Now potential stolen base threat also at first.
Sandy León playing his 14th game with Boston this year. 14 for 31. 4 doubles, a home run, and 6 runs batted in. Vasquez caught the first 2 games of the series. And off the mask of Bandy.
Eight batters faced, 7 first pitch strikes for Shoemaker. As far as first pitch, what he normally would throw to left-handed batters, fastball 59%, nearly 31% though. This left-handed batter's first pitch will be a split finger fastball.
Good lead for Holt at first. They'll check in on him. 2-out single for him.
Shoemaker with 1 pickoff this year has allowed 8 stolen bases in 10 attempts. His best move to first before he settles in. There's that quick move he has. Again, that gets around baseball. That his quickest best move is going to be whether before he even gets towards set up position or just as he starts to work his way down to that set position.
A 1 off the plate. León, 27-year-old Venezuelan. Second season with Boston. Got into 41 games last year. Originally the Washington Nationals organization. One ball, 2 strikes.
Wonder if we'll go right now that split finger fastball. That swing and miss one.
Count remains at 1-2. Boston will run. They are 3rd in the American League in total stolen bases with 52. Betts with 13 leading the way. Bogarts with 10.
Yeah, you would think this would be a count where Holt may go anticipating a split finger fastball. If I'm Shoemaker, I'm just worried about the hitter. I'm ahead of the count. I can get a swing and miss with that splitter.
Angels pitch out on a 1-2 count. I can understand if you've got a pitcher that's struggling, maybe.
Or with one out.
Or with one out, right.
Yeah, 2 outs. You want to put yourself in position to finish off the hitter with a swing and miss on a splitter.
Holt has 2 stolen bases this year. Red Sox faithful certainly not happy with the throws over to first. But maybe just a little chippy from last night still. Who knows?
I don't blame him.
There goes Holt, the 2-2. Bouncer back to the mound. Again, that base runner doesn't matter, right?
With 2 outs.
2 outs and a 1-2 count. Now 2-2. Third out is recorded. We'll head to the third scoreless.
Halos with 21 runs. Most runs in a game in Angel history, and once had it back in August 25th, 1979. 24 runs at Toronto. 2 other times, 21 runs scored. And they like to hit the ball pretty well on that August 25th date. Back in 79 and 04, scoring 21 runs.
Gregorio Petit leading things off for the Angels. Bottom third of the order up. Petit, Bandy, and Simmons against Sean O'Sullivan. Gregorio getting to start at second base today. Hitting .279, couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. No balls, 2 strikes.
By the way, the Patriots gave up less than 21 points in half their games last year. This same.
Wow. You just went there, man.
Yeah.
Tom Brady didn't hear you, though. He's hanging out in the Hamptons.
Yeah, he's hanging out trying to get Kevin Durant played for the Celtics.
Yeah. Oh, 2. Little number up the third base line. Leon will pick it up in fair territory and throw out Petit for the first out.
Alfredo Griffin was on that Toronto team back in 1979.
I'm sure he appreciates being reminded of the butt kicking.
Well, he did have 3 hits in that game, though, so he's okay.
So you're saying he's a selfish player? Hey, we got beat badly, but you know what? I got my 3 knocks.
He's just part of that hit parade. The combined hits and runs in that game.
That's it.
It's like being part of history, like all those world records we've been involved in too. Just feel a big part of it.
Jeff Bandy takes an off-speed pitch down low for ball one. Carlos Perez. Big game last night, but day game after night game usually see the other catcher catching. In this case, it's Bandy.
Boy, O'Sullivan, a little different arm angle now, thrown across his body to create better deception. So far, it's worked for him. More three-quarter delivery across his body. More difficult for a right-handed batter to track. Although his numbers aren't real good against right-handed hitters this year.
This one's down the line, but foul. O'Sullivan signing with Boston in the offseason as a free agent. Pitched last year with the Phillies. Got 13 starts in the big leagues with the Phillies. Went 1-6 with a 6.08 ERA. That time with Kansas City, a brief time with San Diego as well. Bandy shoots one down the right field line. Long run over for Betts, and that is foul. Reached up at the last second, came up empty, but it just goes foul. There's not a whole lot of room there between that foul line and the wall.
See right down the line. Extremely close. Mike Scioscia actually looks like he wants to take a look at it. Now he's just decided no.
One-two upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bandy hitting .265. Couple of doubles, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. He's got 7 RBIs over his last 8 starts. That hit him. Put a man on with 1 out.
Again, didn't have to move out of that way to turn his body just enough. Now, if you lean out over the plate or towards the plate, you can call that a ball. But right here, to stay there, just turned in. And then went off the tricep. Hit by pitch for Bandy.
Simmons will bat with a man on and 1 out. Andrelton hitting .238. 2 hits last night. Also had a sac fly. Oh, 1 count.
Pretty good hack by Simmons on that first pitch. Generally up there hacking. Not a bad combination to put a hit and run on, though. Especially with Simmons, can hit the ball on the ground.
A bunt on the third base side, a nice one. O'Sullivan will pick it up and safe at first base. Infield base hit for Andrelton Simmons.
That's just a perfect bunt by Simmons right down that third base line. O'Sullivan got off the mound pretty well.
Yeah.
Waited to the last second to make sure he has that tilt of the bat to be able to bunt that right down the third baseline. A good throw, but it just beats it out. Simmons does. Quickly bounces off the mound. O'Sullivan did everything well. Fields it with the bare hand and a quick throw. A good firm throw. Accurate throw the first.
And I don't understand this new mode of first base play. On a play like that, where the left foot is on the bag, and Hanley Ramirez is essentially just stretching out the right foot towards second, as opposed to a normal right-handed first baseman. Right foot on the bag, and you stretch toward the baseball.
And it's a little closer throw and a better chance of getting out. That was that close of a play. See his foot right there. Now, if he's got his other foot going and he's reaching forward, he's got a better chance at it.
Been on a bang-bang play. A ball up the first base line, I can understand it. A little bit easier target, kind of like on a wild pitch, strikeout wild pitch. You see the first baseman going to foul territory like that.
Yeah.
You see that more often nowadays. As Escobar has a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 men on. Scoreless here in the third. You now had a base hit to lead off the game, but then tried to stretch it into a double and was gunned down easily by the center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr.
Still work in progress for Ramirez at first base, also making that transition from a shortstop. He played some third, played left field last year, now settling in at first base for the Red Sox.
Foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Bandy at second, hit by a pitch. Simmons a bunt base hit over at first. Top of the order at the plate. Calhoun is on deck.
Big spot here for Escobar. Again, I anticipate a fastball coming. I'm sure it's in the zone here.
Runners go. This one's out toward right center field. Bradley racing back, reaches up, make his catch. Bandy had rounded third, retouches, goes back to second, and he is forced out for an inning-ending double play. What a catch by Jackie Bradley Jr., and he turns it into a double play. We'll head to the bottom of the third with no score.
Standing play by Jackie Bradley Jr. out in center field is worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. How far he had to go, the angle he took, reaches up, makes an outstanding play, then quickly fires it in for another outfield assist in this game for Jackie Bradley Jr. It's Jett Bandy trying to pick up the baseball, but once he goes past that third base, not only has to go back all the way, he's got to retag third base to work his way back to second, and is easily out on the double play. Perfect play by Bradley Jr. and the throw to second. And that's one of those plays you stay halfway because you're going to score. If it's over his head, you're going to walk home anyhow. You got to be able to pick up that baseball or your third base coach a little bit quicker for Jett Bandy.
It's a third out on the bases for the Angels already this afternoon. Matt Shoemaker goes back to work. 1 strikeout, 2 hits allowed. He'll face 9, 1 and 2. This is Marco Hernandez, the third baseman. Hernandez hitting .268 with a double, a home run, and 5 runs batted in. Had the night off last night. And a 2-for-4 game on Friday night. Shoots this one back up the middle with a shift on. Simmons can't get there. And it's a leadoff single.
The pitch down and away. Try to use that foot to kick at it. And Simmons playing behind that second base position. And able to go back and track that one down, a ground ball single for Hernandez.
That's one of those, even with no shift on, difficult play for Simmons. That's he's got great range, but
that's just a good piece of hitting.
Yeah.
Didn't try to pull that baseball. It was a pretty good pitch too from Shoemaker.
Big lead for Hernandez. First one to Betts, cut on and missed. Betts a fly ball to right field at the bottom of the first. He's 0 for 1.
This Red Sox club with an outstanding on base percentage of .355 coming in this game, but they are very aggressive on the first pitch.
First in slugging at .468. John Farrell, their skipper. Apparently in some hot water. The hot seat, if you will. Runner goes, and this one's popped up. First base side. Sliding into second is Hernandez. He just got deked. Hopefully Crone makes the catch and flips it, and they got him.
Oh, somehow they still got him. Great decision by Shoemaker. This not to be a spectator. Got over there to first base to be able to get that double play ball on the pop-up.
Wait, how did Crone not know to throw to first? He wasn't going to throw it initially. And they had a great deke on Hernandez, who went sliding into second, and Simmons played it up at the near the bag.
And it was perfect by Petit and Simmons. And at the last second, a quick throw over, but a good, wise decision by Shoemaker to be at first base. So often as a pitcher, you become a spectator and you just look around, wait for the play to be made. If he's not there, that's a missed opportunity for a double play ball. And you always got to get those outs where you're in this ballpark at Fenway. Boy, Simmons seems to have a play in everything that goes along here on the defensive side. He's always thinking almost ahead of every pitch you throw on the mound.
2-1 up Pedroia. Red Sox second baseman 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to center in his first at bat. At first I thought there was going to be a little collision there with Petit and Crone. Gregorio kept drifting over towards him.
Because he knew there was going to be a play at first, so he was trying to get to that baseball. Wasn't able to out jump.
Broken bat single to left field.
Crone on that.
Pedroia will stop at first base. Third 2-out hit for Boston today. Keeps the inning alive for Xander Bogaerts, who had a 2-out hit, double in the first.
Without that smart play by both Simmons and Petit, to be first and second with 1 out. This keeps getting better and better each year as far as the batting average.
Doubly hit in the first inning is 22nd. Pedroia with a short lead at first.
Pedroia with 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Ground ball to third. Escobar goes the short way. They force out Pedroia for the third out. 3 complete at Fenway Park, still scoreless. Top of the 4th inning. Hope you're enjoying your 4th of July weekend, barbecuing, doing whatever it is. It makes you get through the day and enjoying little Angel baseball along the way. Angels will be in St. Petersburg, Florida tomorrow for 4th of July, a day game against the Rays, the first of 4.
At the Trop.
At the Trop, that's right. The big top, if you will.
Yeah.
Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols for the Angels here in the 4th. Sean O'Sullivan, so far, has allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Cole popped out in foul territory his first time up.
Three infielders on that right side of the infield with Pedroia playing pretty deep in that outfield grass in right field.
One ball, 1 strike. Yeah, a little hesitation that O'Sullivan has. Kind of reminds me of our old friend Kevin Jepson, who today designated for assignment by the Minnesota Twins.
Very similar arm angle too,
Yeah.
thrown across the body.
Since he starts the windup, there's a little hitch right here. That one's in there, and it's 1-2. Hopefully Kevin lands on his feet. And a great run with the Twins last year. Just couldn't figure it out this year.
No. Took over that closer job towards the end. It was a closer to start the season and struggled, especially with command.
Hit right to short. 1 down. Right into the shift. Hey, every moment matters during our 70s themed weekend. Halos taking on the White Sox Friday, July 15th. That is the weekend immediately following the All-Star break. Fans in attendance will receive a groovy rally monkey that night, courtesy of Jack in the Box while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today.
The groovy.
I was going to ask you if you brought the monkey with you.
We were supposed to bring that with us on the road trip.
Didn't we have the sombreros here? The year that we had the rally, the only reason we had the rally masks, we brought the promotional items with us.
Yes.
The sombrero was one of them as well, right?
It was. Yes, indeed.
They just happened to be in the booth here. Watch out. Up and in. And it's 1-1. Trout worked the walk in the first, the only free pass issued by Sean.
And if he more likely is going to throw a breaking ball, he better locate it well. This baseball could be hit hard.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the newly engaged Mike Trout.
Nice job of popping the question.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Sky rating in the air. Jessica, his fiance.
I think they were playing your favorite song, Afternoon Delight, while that was going on. 1-2. That's an off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There it is. Only 51,000 likes. That's it.
I settled for the 19 on one of my tweets. Well, they're staying inside whether it's a breaking ball or fastball. Trout worked the walk first at bat.
They play the defense straight up, whereas we've seen like the Astros and other teams, Oakland playing the pull with 3 infielders on the left.
Above the strike zone. 2 walks already in this game for Trout. Has a stolen base also.
Brings up Albert. That's what he did last night in the first inning.
And with Trout on base, pitch right out over the plate. And Albert, boy, did he crush that one over the green monster. 15th home run, now 55 RBI on the season for Albert.
Trout picked up his 13th stolen base in the first.
Trout now with 53 walks this season. Donaldson leads the American League coming in the game to 54.
And Mike came in 3rd as far as on-base percentage. Ortiz at 431, Altuve 428, Mike at 425, and that's gone up. Albert grounded out his first time up.
The important thing about that stolen base by Trout in the first, it's making O'Sullivan and the Red Sox aware of that. And that's what you want for Albert Pujols at the plate, to have a distracted pitcher so he can make a mistake here so he can do some damage. Trout was going, he was leaning. And as a hitter, what you want most is a distracted pitcher worrying about the opponent's running game. And Trout running more this year. Already more stolen bases this season than he had the entire season last year. Had 11 stolen bases last year, now with 13 already.
Two balls, no strikes. But just on that throw to first, you could see the difference in arms between Vasquez, who caught the first 2 games, and Leon. Vasquez has got one heck of a gun. He does. And a release.
And it's accurate, too.
Three balls, no strikes.
Albert has swung a lot of late on that 3-0, have the green light, but he's got to make sure it's a strike. He's expanded his strike zone a couple of times on 3-0 swings. And it's good to see Trout. Just the threat of a stolen base has really messed up O'Sullivan so far in this at bat against Albert.
And he draws a 4-pitch walk, so back-to-back free passes. It's 2 on with 1 out here. CJ Cron coming up. This is what he's done so far this week and Friday night. Long ball prevalent in that ball game. That was the grand slam. And then, of course, last night just kept going off.
Yeah, that home run to left center field over the green monster. But he said after the game, this was his favorite swing of all last night. He had 6 hits. The one to right center field to center field with a home run. He stayed back on the well, used the middle of the field. That was a perfect swing for C.J. Cron. What a night he had. 5 RBI, 5 runs scored, 6 for 6, 2 home runs, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Just can't get Christmas out of the head, can
No,
you?
I can't.
Carl Willis paying a visit. Saw the graphic there, 3rd player in franchise history with 6 hits, John Figgins. June of '07 against Houston. GA, Garrett Anderson. September of '96 at Texas.
Who in August will be in the Angels Hall of Fame. Looking forward to that night with GA.
Carlin shoots one down the right field line. Moving over his bats and near the wall, reaches up, and again a foul ball. That's twice he's whiffed on a catch there, and twice Alan Porter, the first base umpires, called it foul. Next coach will have Steve Solis take a look at it once again.
Again, it's almost seems like it'd be impossible to be a foul ball going down that line, but it had a chance to do it twice. That was extremely close.
Yeah, you know, there's chalk down there.
Yeah.
Actually, that hit his glove, Gooby.
It looked like there was some sort of deflection. I think right now Mike Scioscia is on that phone inside with Steve Solis to see if there's any contact at all here.
That's
and
glove.
hit the glove. He's got to look at that now.
Absolutely.
That
glove knocked it foul.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the glove, and that's close enough to the line. If it hits the glove, I think you got to take a look at it.
It's a great job by our camera guys here.
No question. Again,
watch the glove move.
See right there, the glove's moving. There's definitely some contact with the glove. Now, whether that baseball and the glove is going to be on the other side of that chalk line or not, remains to be seen. But again, you got to take a look at that. I would think. And
I mean, he looks like he's still in fair territory there, but they're not going to look at it.
You see right here, the glove. It hit the glove. Now, from that angle, you can't tell exactly if that's on the other side of the chalk, but there's not a lot of room. But would it be?
Well, I mean, look in relation to where the ball landed to the chalk line after the fact.
So you would think it's going to deflect at least a little bit further off the line.
So 1st and 2nd and 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes. Moot point now. So if that ball is just landing to the right of that chalk line, obviously it was moved further out because of the glove.
Enough you would think you would have a shot at looking at that.
Absolutely. Again, I mean, we've talked about it a number of times with replay. Until MLB mandates putting cameras down the lines, you're going to have these issues. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think that'll be the next step for sure, and it's something they can do.
Trout at second, Pujols at first, 1 out. Trout takes off. Cron chops one towards second base. Pujols was not on the move. This is a 4-3 inning-ending double play. And we will head to the bottom of the 4th, scoreless.
making the world a better place. That's why they created Subaru Loves to Care, Subaru's commitment to a healthier community. And by El Pollo Loco, try the new fire-grilled chicken burritos today.
Bottom of the fourth inning, David Ortiz will lead things off for the Boston Red Sox. It's a scoreless tie. Shoemaker, no Sullivan battling it out. Ortiz, Ramirez, and Bradley for Boston here in the fourth. David hit a fly ball to right field his first time up. Three balls, no strikes.
And Ortiz will be swinging himself right now, no question.
Three and one. Full count.
And Ortiz has been so good on pitches away. He was trying to pull that pitch from Shoemaker.
There's a payoff, and he walked him. First free pass issued by Shoe. And it'll bring up Hanley Ramirez. Hanley struck you out leading off the seconds. He's 0 for 1. The only strikeout Shoemaker's recorded. The walk to Ortiz, the first one issued by Matt. He had 06 National League Rookie of the Year for the Marlins, but he was originally a Boston Red Sox.
With the Josh Beckett trade?
Yep.
Ramirez has rolled into 7 double plays this year. Shoemaker's had 4 double plays turned behind him this year.
And who else was in that deal going from Boston to Miami? Anibal Sanchez. Josh Beckett, Mike Lowell, and Guillermo Mota. Mota's the guy that had the issues with Piazza, right?
I think so. He had some pretty good years with the Dodgers too. He was a pretty good reliever. And he might have had a conversation in the spring training game.
Right.
Even.
So that's what I keep thinking about too. Conversation. Like how that's phrased. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No idea what they were saying in that conversation,
Sure.
but it was a conversation.
With Ortiz at first, Chrome playing in front of him, not worried about David. One, 2. This one's fouled back. They're coming in here. Nope, almost. Right above us. That's a tough angle there.
Yeah. Although they're the ones we might like to be able to try to catch.
Yeah. Even tough to count. 58th pitch of the day for Shoemaker.
Yeah, just missed this a little bit below the strike zone.
Ground ball toward the middle. Simmons can't get him. So the first two have reached safely here to start the fourth. Jackie Bradley Jr. coming up.
Never easy to get anything by Simmons. Playing more so in the hole just underneath the glove. Hit well by Ramirez. Have some pretty good speed at the plate for a team that doesn't sacrifice a whole lot. And pretty good power too by Jackie Bradley Jr. 13 home runs, 19 doubles, 6 triples.
Oh for 1 so far today. Escobar in on the grass at third.
Earlier this year, a 29-game hit streak for him.
Pickoff attempt. Ortiz back.
Try to sneak in right behind him, a timing play. Part of that is to keep Ortiz from getting a bigger secondary lead also. Pretty good block by Bandy on that pitch in the dirt. Splitter in the dirt. The glove turned around to keep that in front of him.
One off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ortiz with a walk. Ramirez with a base hit.
One of those big moments right now for Shoemaker and the Angels. The Angels with a couple of opportunities to score have not done so far. Now 2-on with a very dangerous hitter and a good fastball count.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Brock Holt on deck. Outside, full count. One of the few today that we've seen Shoe kind of launch a little bit.
He missed that by quite a bit. The strike zone.
Payoff pitch. Top of foul. .65 pitches for Shoemaker, 40 strikes. Got him swinging. Down goes Bradley. One down. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Matt.
What a real good off-speed pitch there from Shoemaker. Split finger fastball. Bradley Jr. out in front, could not make contact. Big strikeout.
Brock Holt had a base hit, flared one out to left in the second inning. Marte in a couple of steps in left field. Simmons still shading up the middle. One ball, one strike. A couple of early scores. Toronto leading Cleveland 5-0. That game's in the fifth. Mets over the Cubs 9-1 in the fifth. The Cubs still struggling, huh?
Yeah, they haven't been playing as well, but they got such an amazing start. Even with their struggles, they're still not losing any ground as far as that first place lead. They've lost quite a few, but they've only been, I think, have lost a half a game in the standings.
Yeah, tough to keep up the pace. They were on early on. Nationals leading the Reds 5-0. Philadelphia leading Kansas City 4-0. White Sox leading Houston 2-1 in the third. Texas leading Minnesota 1-0 in the third. Milwaukee at St. Louis in delay, and then everything else a little bit later on.
Yeah, the Cubs still lead the Cardinals by 9 games in the NL Central.
Here scoreless, 2 on, 1 out. The 1-2 got him looking down. Goes Holt. Back-to-back strikeouts for Shoemaker. 2 down.
Oh, he painted that fastball. 93-mile-an-hour fastball, 4-seam fastball from Shoemaker. Stayed true right on that inside part of the plate. It's a good call by Jeff Bandy to go with a fastball there. When you see what Holt did his last at bat on an off-speed pitch, is flicked into the left. He's looking to do the same thing. Froze him with a fastball in.
Here's Sandy Leone. The catcher bounced it back to the mound to end the second inning. These skies went out to right. Colt underneath it. And Shoemaker gets out of trouble. We'll head to the fifth, scoreless.
Sports Supports is proud to team up with The Mission Continues, empowering veterans who are adjusting to life at home and finding purpose through community impact. Visit foxsportssupports.com to learn more.
Top of the fifth, scoreless. Jeffrey Marte to lead things off for the Angels here against Sean O'Sullivan. Terrific job by Matt Shoemaker to get out of trouble in the fourth inning. A walk and a single to lead it off against Ortiz and Ramirez, and then 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to right field.
Well, we noticed that position. He's been sitting in that dugout for the last 8, now in the 9th start. That focus he has had in between innings. Great location, especially that pitch to Holt to freeze it with 93 on the inside corner.
It's either focus by Shoemaker or some prayers for runs.
Yeah. A combination of both.
Feel free, guys.
Yes. I'll still attack the strike zone, but I'd love to have a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs maybe.
Marte, Petit, and Bandy here against O'Sullivan. 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Jeffrey struck out looking. 10 the second.
He's gotten a lot of pitches away of late. I mentioned those extra base hits he hasn't gotten in a while. He's trying to pull everything. He's got to stay back. He can drive the ball very well. He is strong to right center field on pitches away. That was mislocation by O'Sullivan. He was trying to go away with the fastball.
Jammed him. This one out to right. Betts is moving in and toward the line. Makes the catch. 1 away. Petit, little dribbler up the third base line. Leone picked it up and retired him in his first at bat. Johnny Giavatelli getting the afternoon off.
Tell you what, O'Sullivan's had a great pace today on the mound. He does not waste any time getting that sign from the catcher and attacking the strike zone.
Slider lifted out toward right center. Betts and Bradley calling for it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Hey, join us for Family Sunday presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink on July 17th. Angels taking on the White Sox at 12:35. Visit the Gate 5 courtyard for fun activities, and after the game, kids in attendance get to run to bases. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today. You want to run the bases that day?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We should. In our leisure.
Just once, though.
In our leisure suits.
No. It's a whole lot of chafing going on in an afternoon game in a leisure suit, buddy.
Oh, man. It'd be
Not
a perfect
happening.
look.
No chance. Bandy takes a strike at the knees. Jet hit by a pitch in the third. O'Sullivan at 66 pitches, 38 for strikes. It's fouled back.
Well, he has that great balance over the pitching rubber today. O'Sullivan under control, not overthrowing. Really hasn't made many mistakes so far.
17 career games with the Angels, 12 starts. Pardon me, 11 starts. 5-2 record and a 5.15 ERA. Before moving on to Kansas City. Halos traded O'Sullivan and Will Smith to the Royals in exchange for Alberto Callaspo. July of 2010. That's a called strike 3. Bandy doesn't like the call. And the Angels go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2 coming up for Boston. Still scoreless. Base hits. The Angels have managed just 2 total hits. Matt Shoemaker 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's going to face 9-1-2. So a very manageable pitch count, doing what Matt Shoemaker has done over his last 8 starts. Doing it once again. Start number 16 on the season. Marco Hernandez, a third baseman, is going to lead things off. He had a single in the 3rd inning. He got doubled up. There's that pop up to Crone. Doubled up at first. A little hit and run. No clean inning as of yet. 1, 2, 3 for Shoemaker. Sullivan has had 2 in the 2nd and in the 5th. One ball, no strikes. Hernandez, 23-year-old, native of the Dominican Republic, originally in the Cubs system, picked up in a trade for Felix Dubron a couple of years ago. And although he got doubled up in that 3rd inning, he was on the move. He's got pretty good speed. He gets down the line well.
He had a real good jump too, going on that pitch when he went sliding into second before being doubled up on the pop-up.
Late on that fastball. 1-2.
In game 1, made a number of really good defensive plays at third base.
Watch out. Got into seats quickly. Count remains at 1-2.
Yeah, you have to be alert everywhere, it seems to be, in this ballpark if you're a fan.
Hernandez can bounce around a little bit. He's played 8 games at second. Today's his 8th game at third. A couple of games at short.
There's a nice play by a fan. Brought his glove. Was alert. And some high fives.
Soak it all in, buddy.
Yep.
Is that his sign right there too?
He came prepared.
Man. Out toward left. One down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Looked like Simmons was upset not going back on that pop-up. Marte called him off right away. They laughed at each other after it. So used to Simmons going after everything hit, whether it's on the ground or in the air.
This one shot to right field. Betts going inside out. Picks up his first hit of the afternoon. Speedy outfielders on board for Dustin Pedroia.
Elevated enough that he could do that, go inside out. Brings his hands in. It's the barrel of the bat on that baseball. Once again, another hit for Betts. It's a pretty good combination for the Red Sox to do something as far as movement here. Pedroia's rolled into a number of double plays, but Betts with good speed with 13 stolen bases. Pedroia's rolled into 15 double plays. So you would think at some point Betts is going to be on the move here.
Pedroia 1 for 2 with the single. It's off the plate. Big lead for Betts at first.
So far, Shu's done a real good job of holding the baseball. Very difficult for a base stealer to be comfortable getting a good jump when the pitcher's holding the ball as long as Shoemaker has against him. Now it's one of those times too where after holding the ball as long as he has, he can do that quick pitch to throw off the hitter and the base runner, if you're comfortable doing so.
Bouncer foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A solid season for Dustin Pedroia. 4-time All-Star, 1-time Gold Glove Award winner, MVP in 2008. 291 last year. Just over 300 so far this year. There's that quick pitch, grounded towards short. Simmons has it, goes to second for 1. That's all they're going to get.
Still pretty close double play turn. Good range by Simmons. Quick turn by Petit at second. Made that pretty close. quick he gets rid of that baseball to transfer, and then quickly Petit gets rid of it. And easily beating it out by Pedroia. But again, that quick pitch, throw the timing off the hitter. You see Pedroia out in front. Dan Herron used to do that as well as anybody I've ever seen too back in his day. Hold the ball, throw home, and then he'd do that quick pitch and throw off the timing of the hitter and the base runner.
Two outs and man at first. Here's Xander Bogaerts. 1 for 2 with a double. Takes low. Two balls, no strikes. Not a big lead at all for Pedroia. Bogaerts ahead of the count now at 3-0 with David Ortiz on deck. Three and one. Got to pick your poison here. Bogaerts second in the American League in hits this year with 111. You've got David Ortiz, who's having one heck of a walk-away campaign. 0 for 1 today, though, with a walk. Pedroia takes off. 3-1 is low, and it's the second walk issued by Shoemaker. Puts 2 men on for Ortiz.
Tension time now in that dugout for Mike Scioscia and the Angels, especially now with Ortiz at the plate.
Fly ball to right and a walk for Ortiz. Petit down in shallow right field with the shift on. Simmons up the middle. First pitch swinging, he drives one out toward right center field. Long run for everybody. No one's going to get there. One hops the fence, it's a double. One run will score. Bogaerts will have to go back to third. And the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead as Ortiz hits his 32nd double of the season.
And aggressive on that first pitch swinging. And Ortiz strong, another extra base hit and another RBI for David Ortiz. Right in front of that 420 sign.
So second and third, 2 outs. And it's Hanley Ramirez up. Ortiz picks up his 65th RBI.
It's his 90th career RBI against the Angels.
Oh, 1 count. .616th double of Ortiz's career. He's 11th all time. Hanley will foul it off. Next up on the list for Ortiz, Hank Aaron, 624 doubles. That one's going to catch Tris Speaker, 792.
Yeah. It's pretty safe, that record.
Yeah. Trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. No balls, 2 strikes on Hanley Ramirez.
And the trust you're going to have for Shoemaker and Jet Bandy to be able to keep one of these split finger fastballs in front of him in case he bounces it to try to get a swing and miss against Ramirez.
Chopper down the line, foul. Oh, 2, base hit to right field. Bogarts will score, as will David Ortiz. Hanley's on his way to second, and the Red Sox with a 3-0 lead on back-to-back doubles.
Just a little bit too much to the plate, especially ahead of the count like that for Shoemaker. It's going to be a split finger fastball or a slider that stayed up and out over the plate. And Ramirez always good hitting the ball the other way. Picks up a couple RBI, now 47 on the year.
Charles Nagy out to pay a visit. Nobody warming for the Angels. Shoemaker now up to 93 pitches. We're in the 5th. So he got that second out off the bat of Pedroia on the fielder's choice, but then ended up walking Bogarts. Ortiz first pitch swinging with an RBI double, and now Ramirez on an 0-2 count, shooting a double into right.
Yeah, 61 strikes to the 93 pitches thrown for Shoemaker.
Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for 2. Fly ball to left and a strikeout. Two no. Movement down the Angels' pen. Two balls, 1 strike. Looks like Jose Alvarez, first guy up.
And pitch count starting to mount there for Shoemaker. Next pitch will be number 97.
Three strikeouts, 2 walks, 8 hits allowed now. This is a base hit to right. Sounded like it broke his bat. Ramirez coming in to score, and going to second is Bradley Jr. That throw should have gone to second. He had no chance to get Ramirez, and it's 4-0 now.
And allowed Bradley Jr. to get into scoring position himself. jammed them enough. Bradley able to go in there on that throw. A little bit of a high throw and unable as the cutoff man for C.J. Cron to be able to cut that one off and make the play at second just in case. A little higher throw than normal from Cole Calhoun. And the one thing Shoemaker has avoided through this great stretch he's had has been a big inning.
That's going to be it for Shoemaker with Mike Scioscia coming out. Alvarez ready to go in the bullpen and unable to get that third out. He's been so good in closing out those innings and avoiding the big inning, as you pointed out. Unable to do so here. He'll depart with the man at second base, and the Angels down 4-0. Telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by the Chevy Drive event at your Southern California Chevy dealers. By Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Boston on top by the score of 4-0. They chase Matt Shoemaker after 97 pitches. Shortest outing for Shoe since he went 4 innings against the St. Louis Cardinals back on May the 11th. And he departs with the man at second base. That's his property, and it's Brock Holt coming in to face Jose Alvarez. Or in and out. Who's in, who's out. First one to Holt is way outside. Ball one. Alvarez 1-2. 4.14 ERA. This will be his 40th game. 37 innings, 45 hits allowed, 35 strikeouts and 11 walks. Holt 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout looking. Two balls, no strikes. First action for Alvarez in this series. Out 3-0. Can't seem to find a strike zone. Last pitched on Wednesday. Going the third of an inning against Houston.
Overthrown fastball up and in against Holt. 2 times in this at bat. Same thing.
Holt, the 8th man to bat here in the 5th. Full count. 3-2. Cole fouls it back. I mentioned Shoemaker did not record a 1-2-3 inning. Just looking through the book here, 6 of the 9 hits for Boston with 2 outs.
It's one thing Shu has really avoided during this stretch. And at some point you knew he might have one of these games where he wasn't able to finish off some innings. You just hope that the offense would pick him up.
There's a walk. So the inning continues as Alvarez walks the first guy he faces with 2 outs here in the 5th. Now the catcher Sandy Leon coming up. Switch hitter will spin around to him from the right side. Leon 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound and a fly ball to right in the 4th. Good speed on the bases for Boston with Bradley at second and Holt at first.
Quick conversation with Jet Bandy running out to Jose Alvarez to get him back in the strike zone. And you don't want to gift runners in this ballpark, that is for sure.
9 pitches, only 3 strikes. Two-0. Leon fouls it back. Four runs in for Boston so far here in the 5th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. And now the base runners will get a head start with 2 outs. Runners go. 3-2. Foul back to the right. Action continuing in the Angels' pen.
Yeah, still very much part of this game, especially in this ballpark, but you don't want to allow this lead to expand for the Red Sox.
This is drilled out to deep left center field. Marte pulls up, and that was off the top of the monster. 2 runs will come in to score. It's a double for Sandy Leon, and it makes it 6-0 Boston. One of those runs charged to Shoemaker. Alvarez's inability to throw strikes comes back to haunt.
And this is right down the heart of the plate. In the lower part of the strike zone, Leon crushed that ball. His 5th double. Now 8 RBI on the season high off that green monster.
So Alvarez has faced 2 batters. He's walked 1. He's given up a 2 RBI double, and now he'll face Marco Hernandez with a man at second. Boston has batted around here. The book now closed on Shoemaker. Soaks up 5 runs on 9 hits and 4 2/3 innings. This is out toward left. That's going to fall in for a hit. Leon's going to be stopped, and Marte makes an error. Leon picks up the pace, scores, and going to second on a wild throw by Marte is Marco Hernandez. The wheels falling off the Angels here in the 5th. Brian Butterfield, the third base coach for the Red Sox, is holding Leon at third.
Yeah, right there, they stop him. And he stopped going back to the base, and then Marte unable to get the baseball in the glove, and then throws it wide to allow Hernandez to advance to second.
Just a single for Hernandez. Alvarez doesn't retire anybody. Another pitching change. 7-0 Red Sox here in the 5th. It's a 2016 MLB All-Star Game Tuesday, July 12th, live from San Diego and only on Fox. Coming up a week from Tuesday.
Trout will be in there.
Yep.
Bryce Harper, picture there, hit his 17th home run today for the Nationals.
5th inning continues for Boston. Last night the Angels scored 11 in the 7th inning. Boston has scored 7 so far here in the 5th. And all with 2 outs. JC Ramirez takes over, and he's facing leadoff man Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 3. There for a strike. Hernandez, by the way, who got the single, ends up at second base on the error by Marte. This one's out towards center field, chasing Trout back on the track. Will make the catch for the 3rd out, but not before Boston strikes for 7. We'll head to the 6th inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the Angels, down 7-0.
They had a chance early on against Tampa Bay. We'll see for 4 straight games starting tomorrow. Tigers playing very well, and Cleveland losing again. Toronto 13-0 after Toronto snapped the 14-game win streak yesterday for Cleveland. Tulowitzki 3 for 3 with a home run, 4 RBI for the Blue Jays.
Halos come up here in the 6th inning, down 7-0. And manage just 2 hits against John O'Sullivan. Andrelton Simmons takes ball 1. The Angels hit a single by Escobar in the 1st inning, single by Simmons in the 3rd. That's it.
By the way, Strasburg for the Nationals today, making his first start in a while after coming off the disabled list, as a no-hitter into the 7th.
Diamondbacks play Zach Greinke on the DL today. Ground ball toward the middle, to his left is Bogaerts. The ball eats him up and it goes into center.
Well, everything about this ballpark is a good hitter's yard. That infield grass is a little bit shorter than normal. You used to be able to at least get a ground ball out. It is super quick.
It's a base hit for Andrelton Simmons.
Part of it is because of that hard dirt and the quick infield grass. And of course, you got all the short dimensions around from left field to certainly down the right field line. There was a time, though, when you got a ground ball in this ballpark, you had to really hit it hard to get through the infield here.
Simmons takes off. Escobar cuts through it, and the throw late. Andrelton with a stolen base. They've caught everybody off guard.
Especially when you look up and the score. With a big jump. Long delivery times to the plate. O'Sullivan not real fast. Leon's throw tailed away anyhow at second base. Second stolen base of the game for the Angels. Trout with 1 back in the 1st.
Bouncer toward 3rd, foul. Yunel 1 for 2. Single in the 1st and a fly ball in the 3rd. That was that play Bradley made out of the warning track by the Red Sox bullpen. 1-2. Escobar grounds one through the left side of base hit. Simmons had to hold up for a second. Will be stopped at 3rd.
And the beauty of this ballpark is you just never feel like you're out of the game. Even when you have a 7-run inning go against you, all of a sudden 2 on. Big part of the order coming up now for the Angels.
That's going to be it for O'Sullivan at 76 pitches. John Farrell's made the call. O'Sullivan pitching in his 4th game, 3rd start of the year for Boston. Keeps the Angels in check with 5+, allowing just 4 hits and gets a nice ovation. He'll depart with Boston on top 7-0. Fireworks here for the Boston Red Sox so far. 7 runs in the 5th inning. They lead it. As here in the 6th inning, the Angels got their first 2 base runners on board, knocking O'Sullivan down after 5 innings plus 2 batters, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Sean. It's Matt Barnes, the Connecticut native, pitched Friday night, coming on in relief to face Cole Calhoun, Mike Trout, and Albert Pujols. You see the numbers for O'Sullivan. Barnes, good arm, but can be erratic. This will be his 31st game, 2-3 mark at a 3.05 ERA. He went 1 inning the other day and had 1 strikeout.
And he's got a power fastball. It's 94 to 99 range. He'll throw a slider, curveball, very good curveball, and occasional changeup.
Calhoun has popped out and grounded out. Simmons standing at third, Escobar at first. One 0 count. Went around on the breaking ball. Evens a count at a ball and a strike.
And Barnes with 18 walks and 38 in the 3rd innings pitched. He's also given up 4 home runs. 3 wild pitches. So he has a tendency to overthrow, especially his slider and curveball.
Cole's done well in these situations with men in scoring position. 328 so far this year. And he's hit well out on the road. Time was called at the last second, so no balk. Cole has been held in check the first 2 games of the series. Just a couple of hits. Outfield straight around. The shortstop Bogarts up the middle.
See that power fastball, but overthrown at 97.
Two one. Late on the fastball, 2-2.
And this is where you look for Cole. This to shorten up his swing. Think left center field. If Barnes makes a mistake on the inner part of the plate on something all speed, then you could turn on it. But the fastball away, think left center. Hyundai key for this game today. But back in the saddle, especially after 21 runs scored last night. The offense has not got on track yet, but an opportunity right now, especially with this part of the order. 2 on, and Calhoun at the plate.
Two again. Cole fouls it back.
Now that was a good swing right there from Cole. He was thinking middle part of the field with some damage on that baseball. Fouled it straight back.
Trout is on deck. This is a chopper foul. Good battle for Cole against Barnes. Come right after him with a fastball. What if he tries to mix it up here with a breaking ball?
He's got a pretty good curveball. Between the two of his slider and curveball, this is curveball a little bit better.
Fastball hit out toward left center field, hit well. This one's going to go off the monster. Simmons will come in to score. Escobar is on his way to third. Cole dives in safely with an RBI double, and it's 7-1 Boston.
And that's that exact swing we were talking about, left center field approach. And that's a really, really good at bat for Cole Calhoun. His 14th double, now 44 RBIs. Stayed back on that one well, even a little bit off the outside corner. But his approach was to drive the ball that way, and he's rewarded with an RBI double off the Green Monster. Great swing by Cole.
14th double. A travel bag runners at second and third. Nobody out. Trout a couple of walks. So no official at bats.
He looked like he was ready to swing at the first pitch. Very good career numbers in this ballpark as far as batting average for Trout. Coming into this game, 382, looking for that first home run. Just make good contact with this fastball and go a long way.
That's a back leg swing right there.
Speaking of baseballs, it could have went a long, long way there, straight back.
What I don't like is the follow through, Gooby. Watch the kind of grabbed at his back a little bit. That was a big swing.
Yes, it was. See on this next swing if it really affects him as far as the follow through.
Now time is called. Leon's going to go out. Go back to that swing.
And right in that lower back, he's grabbing right away. Grimace a little bit.
One. That was an uncommitted slider right there.
No. I think originally Leon wanted him to throw a fastball, and I don't think Barnes, after that swing, even if it looked like he was grimacing in the back, said, I think I'm going to try something different.
Escobar at third, Calhoun at second. 7-1 Boston. Nobody out here in the sixth. 3 straight hits for the Angels to start this inning. 2-1. Back up the middle. Bogarts to his left, has it. Off balance throw, and they get Trout by a step. The run scores, and it's 7-2. Trout credit with an RBI's 54th. Calhoun ends up at third.
It's a pretty good play by Bogarts, too. Not only to get to that baseball, but have enough on it to be able to get Trout out at first base. Quick transfer, firm throw. Some high fives, not only get the run in, obviously you want to get a hit there, but at least get him in, another run, and advance the runner to third for Pujols.
Albert looks at a breaking ball for a strike. He grounded out in the second, walked in the fourth. What a one. 2 runs get charged to Sean O'Sullivan. Worked 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, striking out 2 and walking 3. Also hit a batter. It's driven out toward right field. Going back on it is Betts, and it's over his head. Off the wall, Albert racing towards second base, and he is in there with an RBI double. It is 7-3 Boston. Pujols with his 11th double, 56th run batted in.
And what do we say about this ballpark? You just never really feel like you're out of a game. A couple good swings. We saw 2 really good swings in this inning. First by Cole Calhoun, now by Albert Pujols. A fastball away, drives it to right center field, and over the head of Mookie Betts. Not easy to do so. Just as he jumps up just over his glove, one hops the wall, backed up very well by Jackie Bradley Jr.
Carl Willis making the slow walkout as action begins once again in the Red Sox bullpen. Still only 1 out here in the 6th inning. And those answering back, had been held in check by O'Sullivan. 2 hits through 5 innings. Knocked him out here in the 6th inning after the first 2 batters reached on singles, Simmons and Escobar. 2 more hits since then, both extra base hits. The Angels have played at 3 runs. C.J. Cron coming up. Cron 0 for 2. He popped out in the 2nd, grounded into a 4-3 double play in the 4th.
Betts is reaching up and just off the tip of his glove.
It's like a foul ball we saw earlier today.
Exactly. I can't believe he even got that close.
I know. The way that ball was hit.
Oh, that ball was crushed.
1-0. 2 balls, no strikes.
Barnes definitely has a good pop on that fastball. You hear that sound of the catcher's mitt all the way up here. C.J. Cron looking for his at least 10th RBI of this series here. Love to make it 11 though, at 1 swing.
Ground ball back up the middle. Pedroia to his right, to the back end, has it. Thrown out for out number 2. Almost a collision there between Pedroia and Bogarts. Pujols ends up at 3rd.
It's 2 middle infielders with great range, both going for the same baseball. It's right back over the pitching rubber. Ends up being on the shortstop side of the base. With Pedroia there, strong throw. They get Cron at first.
So 2 outs. Pujols at 3rd now, and Marte at the plate. Struck out looking in the 2nd, hit a flying ball to right in the 5th.
That's a real big run out there to be able to get home now. Still plenty of time to come back in this game.
The Angels have Cam Bedrosian getting ready. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Boston. Ground ball to 2nd. Halo strike for 3 here in the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 7-3 Red Sox. The rubber game of the series, the Angels trail it by the score of 7-3. Let's take a look at the Honda upcoming schedule. The Angels headed to St. Petersburg, start a 4-game series on July 4th tomorrow afternoon in St. Pete. Nick Tropiano will be called back up, and he'll get the start tomorrow. Jolie Chassin is going to be headed to the bullpen, so the Angels will have to make a corresponding move for that. It's Matt Moore, the lefty, on the mound for the Rays.
Yeah, he's been throwing the ball pretty well himself. He's got a power fastball from that left side, 4-5 mark. Career high 17 wins back 2013 for Moore.
Cam Bedrosian takes over here for J.C. Ramirez, who goes 1/3 of it, and he got the last out of the 5th. Pedroia, Bogarts, and Ortiz. Bedrosian 1-0, 1.29 ERA. This will be his 33rd game. Pedroia up 1 for 3, single back into third. This one down the right field line toward the seats. It's out of play. Nice catch by an Ortiz fan. One ball, one strike. Cam waiting for Petit Calhoun to get back into position.
Always a smart move, especially as far as they both had a run for that pop-up.
Two and two. Two chopper towards short. Two hopper to Simmons. One away. Nobody out for Bogarts. Double, a fielder's choice, and a walk. He's also scored a run. Double for Bogarts back in the first inning. His 22nd of the year. One and one. One and two.
Pretty good fastball again from Bedrosian. Bogart's been very good as far as inside pitch, the .351 batting average coming into the game. You think the way he has that stance, you could try to pound him in with a fastball, but he's been quick. Just far enough off that plate, he can still get the barrel of the bat on the baseball if it's inside.
2-2 count with 1 out. 7 runs in the 5th inning for the Red Sox. Angels getting 3 back in the top of the 6th. Called strike 3. Down goes Bogarts, 2 outs.
95-mile-an-hour fastball from Cam Drojan to be able to get a call 3rd strike. David Ortiz made his presence felt already in this game. When you talk about top OPS in one season with players that are at least 40 years of age or older. Stan Musial back in '62, 924. Ty Cobb, 921. You look at Big Papi, 1,112. Willie Mays, 907. Very, very impressive season this year for a guy who says he's retiring.
1-0 count. Three balls, no strikes. Hanley Ramirez on deck. Ortiz taking the whole way, 3-1. Draws the walk. Second one he's picked up today. This one comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. Hanley Ramirez, a couple of hits, single and a 2 RBI double with a run scored in the 5th. Oh, 1 count. Double for Hanley is 15th. The RBI is 46th and 47th. Matt Shoemaker ended up going 4 2/3 today. 5 runs all earned, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Jose Alvarez did not record an out, faced 3 batters. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned on 2 hits, 1 walk. Ramirez faced 1 batter. Now Bedrosian here in the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. 1-2. Halos in the 7th. And Petit, Bandy, and Simmons getting ready to face Junichi Tazawa. Trojan trying to get out of this 6th inning unscathed. A 2-out walk to Ortiz. Ahead of the count on Ramirez at 1-2. Two and 2.
20 pitches thrown from Cam. 10 strikes, 10 out of the strike zone. The ball blocked well by Bandy.
Count remains at 2-2.
Ramirez steps out once again as they're going through a series of signs. Ramirez taking a while to get in and stay in that batter's box, and Cam Droja taking a while to get his sign from Jet Bandy.
Yeah, Cam has always been one of those deliberate guys. Puts his foot on the rubber and then looks down before looking up toward the catcher spot. There it is. Chopper to short. Simmons will go the short way. They force out Ortiz. And the 6th is in the books. We'll head to the 7th. Halos down 7-3. Six hits so far today. Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons with multi-hit games. And it'll be the bottom third of the order coming up here in the 7th inning with the Angels down 7-3 as Junichi Tazawa takes over on the mound. This will be his 2nd appearance against the Angels in this series. He takes over for Barnes, who had 1 inning, gave up a run on 2 hits. Tazawa on the year, pitching in his 35th game, 1-1 mark at 3.16 ERA. 37 strikeouts, 8 walks in 31 1/3 innings.
Yeah, fastball's 91 to 96 slider, curveball, split finger fastball.
Gregorio Petit, starting second baseman today, leading things off. 0 for 2. Hit a fly ball to center in his last at bat. Something got into Petit's eye. Oh, 1 count on Gregorio. One ball, one strike. One and two.
Slight hesitation in that fastball. It's got some pretty good zip to it at the end. Zawa with a 91. So it can rush up there at times with a 4-seam fastball up to 96.
Two and two. And looking down at that landing area after he threw that pitch. Seventh pitcher of the game.
I was going to say there's been quite a few different pitchers pitching in this game, so there's landing spots all different.
Ground ball back up the middle. Bogarts. It's a diving stop on it, but you're not going to get Petit, so it's a leadoff single for Gregorio.
Good swing there by Petit, hitting that ball right back up the middle. You see that range that Bogarts has. He's covered a lot of ground in this series here. And even as good as he is as far as getting to a baseball, no way you're going to throw at Petit running down the line. Infield base hit. When it's looking at some of the scores in around the majors today, a lot of runs scored. The Angels looking for a big inning again. 3 runs last inning, looking for a big inning this inning to get back in this one.
Jeff Andy's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the third, struck out looking in the fifth, and will take a strike to start his plate appearance here in the seventh.
Yeah, Toronto scored 17. The Mets have scored 14 against the Cubs. Going to sweep a 4-game set against the Chicago Cubs for the New York Mets, and the Nationals with 12.
This on the heels of Minnesota scoring 17. Angels dropping 21 last night. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Remember that all the conversation during the winter that baseball would love to see some more runs scored. Well, we've seen some big scores in some games this year.
Pretty good lead for Petit over at first base. 1-2. Bandy. Skies went out to center. Bradley makes the catch for the first down. I'll bring up Andrelton Simmons. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, a stolen base, and a run scored.
Simmons 6 for 11 in this series against the Red Sox.
This is pulled down the left field line, and this one is foul. Paul Nart right on the line, calling it foul. Simmons will head back to the home plate area.
Well, the Angels have certainly pushed the limit. It is both sides from left field to right field as far as foul balls. Not a whole lot of territory as far as foul territory. And he's right on it. And the right call.
They're going to challenge this.
Oh yeah, it looked like it did indeed get that line.
Kicked left immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it hit right. Initially, I thought that was off the wall, but it looks like it hit the yellow line right here as you see coming down. That definitely redirected there off the yellow line.
Yeah,
that's a good decision by Mike Scioscia. Steve Scalise must have saw that one right away in that angle he had in the clubhouse. Say one of these times they got to get it. There's not much foul territory down the line. Both lines, they've tested it. That one looked like that shouldn't take long at all. See right there, right on the line. And the way it directed like that, you would think there's no doubt.
Here's a question: is it on the line?
Yeah, no question. Well, that being said, we think, no question.
One would think it's fair. You never know. This call stands. You might see Mike Scioscia blow up.
Yeah, he was still. I still had some fun with him about Friday night. The fan reaching out over, stands that ball down the line by Daniel Nava. It could have scored a tying run from Mike Trout. I'm just stunned it's taking this long.
I'm not. On the big screen out of center field, they're showing the replay.
And there's no reaction in the stands, so that pretty much tells you they feel the same way as we do. Now we're hoping everyone back in New York feel the same way. Yep.
So it's a double. Call gets overturned.
Third hit of the game.
Yeah.
By Andrelton Simmons.
Ninth double. So 2 on, 1 out, and it's Escobar coming up. Escobar 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. They'll play their infield back with 1 out and a 4-run lead.
Another multi-hit game for Escobar. 2 for 3.
Looking to strike. Nice thrown fastball there. Nice play by Leone.
He had to react pretty quickly, an overthrown fastball. That baseball was actually by him when he was able to catch that. And you better have a good secondary lead. That baseball will come back quickly off that backstop if it indeed gets by the catcher.
The 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The team with an infield base hit. Bandy a fly ball to center, and Simmons a double off the line. The Green Monster. Chopper down the line. That's a fair ball. Ricochets off the short wall and actually stays by the padding. So 2 runs will come in. Escobar on his way to second base. It's a 2 RBI double.
All of a sudden, you got yourself a game here now with back-to-back doubles. A 2-run double, 3-hit game by Escobar. So right down the line, right over the base. Sits right down there on that short wall. Allowing 2 runs to score and Escobar to get into scoring position himself. 19th double.
Carl Willis back out to the mound. 3 hits against Tazawa.
And now the tying run coming to the plate.
Seventh game this year that Escobar's had 3 or more hits. His 1 4-hit game. Back in April against Kansas City.
Boy, Cole was always aggressive on the first pitch. He might get a fastball here first pitch, see if he can let one go.
Seven, 5 Boston. 1 out here in the 7th. Escobar in scoring position. Calhoun 1 for 3. RBI doubled in the 6th inning. That was off the monster in left center.
Threw him a split finger fastball first pitch.
Great move by Escobar too. Right before that pitch, as Tazawa came set. With the shift on, nobody's holding him on. He was kind of jockeying around, maybe trying to distract Tazawa a little bit. And now Bogaerts gets a little bit closer to the bag to try to keep him close. 0-1.
One thing you got to keep your eye on, though, for Escobar, that back pick towards second, though, as he gets a secondary lead.
Cole shoots one out to left field. Brock Holt moving over. He'll make the catch. Escobar back to the bag. 2 outs.
Real solid approach there by Cole Calhoun. Hit the ball well, but Holt able to run that one down. Last at bat was a very good one also by Cole, doubling off that monster in left center field. Nine-game hit streak going for Trout.
0 for 1 today. 2 walks and an RBI ground out. Takes off the plate. Joe Smith, Fernando Salas getting ready for the Angels. Joe's been up for a while, so looks like he'll pitch to 7. But you never know. Hembry and Lane getting ready for Boston. Lifted out to right. Bat stealing with that sunshine. Backing up a little bit. And will make the catch on the track for the 3rd out. The Angels add 2 at stretch time here in Boston. Halos down 7-5. Boston on top 7-5, bottom of the 7th on this 4th of July weekend, the rubber game of the series. Angels dropped the opener, won last night, and they're trying to battle back down 7-0 after the 5th inning. They scored 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and now down by 2 as Joe Smith takes over on the mound. Smith will face Bradley, Holt, and Leone, 6, 7, and 8. 27th game for Joe, 1-3 mark and a 3.76 ERA. Second game of the series, second game since coming off the disabled list.
Had some good ground ball action last time out there for Joe Smith. Working that sinker down 88 to 90 range, sweeping slider. And has mixed in a changeup against left-handed batters. More so this year than at any point we've seen wearing that Angel uniform.
Bradley 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. No balls, 2 strikes. This one ripped out to right center field. On an 0-2 count, Jackie Bradley Jr. on board with a leadoff single. Brock Holt 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Hit for Boston, their 12th of this game. Cam Bedrosian worked 1 inning and 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Bradley with 7 stolen bases, has been caught once.
Joe Smith has a very quick move over to first base.
Wegner's done a nice job behind the plate today.
He's been pretty consistent. Saw on a similar count Pedroia going when Bogarts was at the plate on a 3-1 pitch. You wonder if Bradley will be going 3-1 here. So Smith thinking the same thing.
Ground ball toward the middle, and that is a base hit. Bradley will turn and head toward third. First 2 have reached for Boston here to start the 7th.
Pretty good indication how quick this infield is. Ground ball on the ground and quickly gets through that infield. First and third now, and no outs.
Leo, the catcher, coming up with runners at the corners. He's had a 1 for 3 game, a 2 RBI double in his last at bat. That was against Alvarez. Ground ball left side, and Anderson will knock it down, no play. With the shift on, quasi shift, Simmons was shading toward the middle and playing halfway. Nothing Simmons can do. Run scores. It's 8-3.
You see that with the partial shift on, a lot of room on that left side of the infield. Leonis goes that way. Simmons no play on that one, just knocking it down. Hope for every time that when he goes into a slider has that glove bend back, everything's okay for Simmons.
Nobody out, 2 on. Marco Hernandez up. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles.
Angels anticipating a bunt. Again, like we said earlier, Boston does not do a lot of bunting. There's 3 sacrifice bunts all year.
There's 1-1 outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Koji Uehara getting ready for Boston. Taylor's in the 8th. At Pujols, Cron, and Marte due up. Two balls, 2 strikes. Five runs, 9 hits, an error. The Angels have stranded 4. Boston with 8 runs, 14 hits. They've stranded 7. Full count.
Boston runs a lot. I would not think this would be the time, especially with the top of the order coming up, to be going on a 3-2 count.
And he walked them, so they're loaded up. Joe Smith yet to retire someone here in the 7th. 3 straight hits and now a walk. You've got Mookie Betts coming up. Betts 1 for 4 with a single in the 5th. Infield in now for the Angels. Sixteen pitches thrown by Joe, 8 balls, 8 strikes. Nobody warming up for the Angels, although Salas was loosening for a little bit last half inning. One ball, 1 strike. Holt at third, Leon at second, Hernandez at first. That one's in tight. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Third base coach for Red Sox, Brian Butterfield, almost in the batter's box after he's given his signs to his base runners. How far down the line he is.
Full count. Pedroia on deck. Smith ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Chopper foul up the third base line. Chance of let's go Mookie here at Fenway. Another 3-2. He went around. Down he goes. One away.
Huge strikeout. Now you got a very difficult hitter coming up in Dustin Pedroia, but a guy that will roll into a double play. Runs his fastball in. Did not hold up on the swing. Clearly crossed home plate. Big strikeout for Joe Smith. Middle in the infield to play back now. Looking for a double play.
15 double plays. That's what Pedroia's hit into this year. That leads the league. He's 1 for 4 today with a single, and we'll look at a strike. This is pulled to left, a base hit. Holt will score. Leone being waved in, he'll score. The throw comes into Simmons. He fires it over to second base, and they get Pedroia trying to take the extra base, and Simmons strikes again, but it's 10-5 Boston.
And his instincts is to try to get it out to prevent even a bigger inning for the Red Sox, and quickly throws back to second base to get an all-important second out. But Pedroia drives in two with that fastball, runs in, he brings his hands inside and lines that one off the barrel of the bat into left field. Marte just throws that one in there, and right away you see Simmons already positioning himself to throw that ball quickly to second base. And a quick tag by Petit. Pedroia gets a second out.
Xander Bogaerts swinging a miss. Pedroia picks up his 31st and 32nd run batted in. 3 runs in. Back to a 5-run lead for Boston. Bogaerts 1 for 3 with a double. He's in the hole here at 0-2. Off the plate. Slider hit towards short. Simmons has it. And that'll do it for Boston, but they add 3. And we'll head to the 8th inning with the Angels trailing at 10-5.
O'Neal still 10-5 right now after a tough bottom of the seventh. Top 8 coming up. Join us after this game. Important message. Angels Line brought to you by your SoCal Mazda deal. It's going to be wicked awesome. Going to have Jose Mota. He wants to talk about how the free pass, the walk, has been killing the Angels this year. We saw in the 5th inning with Shoemaker. And looking ahead to tomorrow in Tampa Bay with Nick Tropiano returning to the Angels. He'll get the start. Chacin going to the bullpen. So Victor and Mark, important for me at the very least. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you for that one, Patrick.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. We appreciate it as always. We know it's near and dear to your heart as Koji Uehara takes over on the mound for the Boston Red Sox here in the 8th inning. Halos down 10-5. Uehara pitching his 33rd game. 2-3 mark, a 4.75 ERA. He pitched in Friday night's contest, went 1 inning, no runs. Gave up 2 hits and struck out 1. He'll face Pujols, Cron, and Marte here in the 8th.
By the way, that Freedom Trail was a lot of fun. I got to do that with my family yesterday. What a blast.
Uehara takes over for Tazawa, who went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Albert fouls this one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pujols 1 for 2. RBI double his last time up. He's also drawn a walk. Popped up behind the plate. Leon racing back, almost overruns it, makes the catch. 1 down. CJ Cron 0 for 3, a pop-up, and a couple of ground outs. Oh, 2 count. Houston Street will pitch the bottom of the 8th as he's getting ready. That's driven out to right field, hit well. Chasing it down, though, will be Betts. Boy, he gets a good jump on the ball, doesn't he? 2 down. Base is clear for Marte, who's 0 for 3.
Fastball first pitch swinging for Marte, fouled that one straight back. He's had a tough time on some breaking balls going down and away of late.
Marte pops it up. Pedroia is out there calling for it. Halos down in order here in the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning with Boston up 10-5.
In the 8th inning, David Ortiz coming to the plate. Back in the 5th inning, it's our top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. David Ortiz doubles to the deepest part of the yard here at Fenway Park. We're going to have 420 sign, a ground rule double, driving in a run. From that point on in that inning, especially for the Red Sox, 7 runs, 5th inning. Continue to lead this one now 10-5. Ortiz, once again, another extra base hit this season for the Red Sox.
Houston Street takes over on the mound for Joe Smith, who gave up 3 runs on 4 hits in his 1 inning of work in the 7th. Houston seeing action for the first time of the series. This will be his 19th game of the year. 3-1 record of 5.28 ERA. Got Ortiz, Ramirez, and Bradley here in the 8th for Boston. Swinging first pitch, fouls it back. No balls and a strike. Ortiz 1 for 2 with that double. A couple of walks. Oh, 2 count.
Pretty good numbers for Street against Ortiz, especially a right-handed pitcher going against Ortiz being a left-handed batter. A lot of success against right-handed pitchers throughout his career, but 0 for 7 with 5 punch-outs. A little bit of shadows now over that pitcher's mound area for the bank of lights. Shadows haven't quite worked towards home plate yet.
1-2. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Full count. And Ramirez on deck. Popped him up. Shallow center field. Simmons going out, gives way to Trout. 1 out. Up steps Hanley. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to AT Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for more details. Hanley 2 for 4. Halos in the 9th have the bottom third of their order coming up. Petit, Bandy, and Simmons. Two balls and a strike. Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. This is ripped to left field. One hopper off the fence. Ramirez on his way to second. The throw from Marte is just a little bit late. And it's a double for Hanley, his third hit of the ballgame.
And that's the one thing Hanley can still do very, very well, is that hit the baseball hard. A couple doubles in the game. Hits the ball well to right field. Turns on this one. It's a green monster and checks up against the wall. A lot of times you'll get a bigger bounce, as Marte was anticipating that. Petit trying to keep the tag on that pop-up slide. Ramirez keeps the foot on the base.
Man in scoring position for Jackie Bradley Jr. has had a 2-hit game, 2 for 4. 16 hits for Boston. One and two. Got a lot of aggressive swings from this line of Boston. Really a team that not shy, especially early in the count. The league in runs, and slugging, batting average.
Joe Davis has done a real good job with this approach. His philosophy has been fastball swinging. That could be your first pitch of an at bat, but whatever you can get yourself into a count where you can swing at the fastball, that's what you want.
Two balls, two strikes. Ramirez over at second base. Bradley goes down swinging for out number 2.
Second time Bradley Jr. has struck out today, go along with 2 hits. Fastball runs a little bit off the outside corner to get a swing and miss. Houston Street.
Two outs and a man at second for Brock Holt. 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, 2 runs scored. Holt shoots one out toward right center field. Cole is there, puts it away, and we will head to the 9th inning with the Angels trailing at 10-5. Lane takes over on the mound for Koji Uehara. Lane, the lefty, will be pitching in his 26th ball game. No record of 3.97 ERA. The fourth reliever used by John Farrell. He's got the bottom third of the order due up. Petit, Bandy, and Simmons are scheduled to bat here against the left-hander. Halos with 5 runs on 9 hits. They were down 7-0 after 5. Scored 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. They're making a 2-run deficit. Joe Smith unable to get through the 7th inning unscathed. Gave up 3 runs in his 1 inning of relief, and all of a sudden it became a 5-run deficit once again. Uehara retired the side in order in the 8th. And here's Lane in the 9th. Gregorio Petit 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 7th.
Shadows are getting closer and closer to home plate now. It's more difficult for a hitter to track the baseball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Petit, bouncer back to the mound. 1 down. Here's Chet Bandy. Angel catcher 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch back into 3rd. Sean O'Sullivan, who got the start for Boston today, is the pitcher of record. 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Matt Shoemaker charged with 5 runs in his 4 2/3. Two balls, no strikes. Two balls, 1 strike. Nick Tropiano on the mound tomorrow against Matt Moore. Tropiano being called back up to get the start tomorrow, with Jolie Chassin being moved to the bullpen. Start of a 4-game series against the Rays. This one's pulled foul, 2-2.
A couple of day games, 1 night games in between the 2-day games.
1:10 game. Tampa tomorrow, so it's 10:10 in the morning. 9:30 a.m. will kick off Angels Live. Full count.
Almost got hit by a pitch again. Just missed him. Got hit back his first at bat. Bandy did in the 3rd inning.
Three-two. Bandy works a walk. So it'll bring Simmons up, who's had a nice game. 2 singles and a double. Escobar also with a 3-hit game.
Got his batting average up now to 251. Seven for 12 in this series. Had a pretty solid homestand also. 9 for 26. Starting to heat up.
One ball, 2 strikes. Escobar on deck. Bandy over at first base with a 1-out walk. Ground ball towards short. Not going to turn 2 on this one. 2 down. So the Angels down to the last out. Simmons reaches on the fielder's choice. And Yunel Escobar will come to the plate. Escobar 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a 2 RBI double. Looking to strike. His double drew the Angels within 2. And he was in scoring position with 1 out. Calhoun hit a fly ball to left field and Trout skied one to right. And that was it for the Angels' threat in the 7th.
Right part of the order up at that point to work your way all the way back from that 7-0 deficit after 5 innings.
Simmons takes off. Escobar fouls it back. One, 2 down low. Simmons will take second on a difference. That is a base hit to right field. Simmons is going to be stopped at third. 4-hit game for Escobar, his second such game of the season.
Pretty good piece of hitting once again by Escobar. How important he is to have back in the lineup. Stayed back on that one so well. Hits the ball very hard the other way. 3 singles and a double today for Escobar. Bullpen heating up now. Down for the Red Sox. Kimball getting ready in the bullpen for the Red Sox. A couple really good swings back-to-back at bats for Cole.
Shift on with Cole at the plate. Simmons at third, Escobar at first. Good look at the shadows now covering home plate.
And you see sometimes the hitter, the reaction time, you don't have quite as much, especially when the pitcher goes right from the sun to the shadows.
Even Escobar on the first time Simmons took off, when he fouled off that ball, he kind of looked back to Calhoun, pointing to his eyes. He never saw it.
No, and you could tell by that pitch inside against Cole, he didn't see that or read that real well either until it was by him. That's your best shot on something all speed. Even though you would think it'd be more difficult to read the rotation of the seams, at least you have a chance to react so on something all speed.
Two balls, one strike, 2 outs and 2 on. Cole moves one out to shallow center field. Bradley will come in and make the catch, and the Angels drop the finale of this 3-game set by the final of 10-5.
And that big 7-run 5th inning for the Red Sox, difference maker, and also getting those 3 more in the 7th after the Angels cut that deficit that is 7-5. But 16 hits, that power lineup